Slyp1e is a YouTuber who specializes in FNAF plush videos. I was a fan of him back when his content was good, but stopped after he began to milk popular trends like Garden of Ban, Poppy Playtime, and the Smiling Critters. I remember one day waiting for his parts and services videos to come out when I received a notification from another channel. It was clearly the Slyp1e's except for the fact that their profile pic was different. It was black and white and it looked slightly distorted. I felt uncomfortable, but I clicked on the video. A lullaby played a video of Fred Head animated and a source filmmaker began to move its mouth along with it. The song was If You're Happy and You Know It song. It suddenly cuts to a video of his Slyp1e plush lying down in some form of black slime. Heavy breathing could be heard as a hand came down and splashed the slime. It cut back to Freddy Head, which was now spazzing out violently. The song distorted and showed Toy Bonnie running with a pair of scissors. He ran towards Toy Chica and snipped her head off. There was no stuffing inside the plush. The same black slime oozed out as it cuts to Freddy Fazbear Funko Pop on fire while Slyp1e could be heard screaming his lungs out. It then cut to Foxy and Bonnie playing in the backyard. When Foxy threw a knife into Bonnie, Foxy laughed as Bonnie screamed and began to ooze the same black slime out of his head. It cut to Slyp1e ripping his lullaby plush in half. The text appeared on screen as it read, "Tock." The Freddy Head showed up again. "Time's up." It blasted out of my phone as I threw my phone off the bed. Last night I walked into my little brother's room. He woke up confused as I was holding the head of his teddy. Time's up. Wow, my pretties, that was Slyp1e TikTok Time's Up, a creepypasta written by Fireflower Films. My final thoughts on this story. Alright, this one was not really the best story, but it definitely was not terrible. I know some people may disagree with me with that, but this is just me being honest. I didn't really care for the story too much. The story should have been, could have been a good concept, like it would have been a good concept, but it wasn't the case. This story obviously just wasn't really that good. It involved pretty much, it's basically about Slyp1e. I don't know who that is, but I do know he's a YouTuber for plush videos. Kind of like a Super Mario Logan, knockoff, if that makes sense. I don't really know, but yeah. I've heard about this, FNAF person that plays with plushies and all. And his content was alright, even though I don't know that YouTuber very well. The concept of it kind of is pretty much almost like Super Mario Logan, but except it's a little different. I'm definitely going to be honest with you guys. This story obviously sounded interesting. I mean, the concept of it sounds interesting, but it's extremely cliched, with pretty much, characters acting violently and then they all of a sudden bleed to death or something. And why is it called TikTok Your Time's Up? Like, Time's Up? Like, why is it like that? Why is the title like that? I don't understand why the title is like that. That literally, I don't understand it. I don't get it why with creepypastas they do that. I'm not trying to be harsh with this offer or anything, but I don't understand why the title was like TikTok Time's Up. Why is it like that or something? I don't know. I don't really know why creepypastas do this. This one obviously just wasn't really the best, I can definitely say. This story could have been, interesting, but that's not the case. If I'm going to be brutally honest, that's not really the case. Okay. This story obviously is just, really, this story just wasn't really good. I really have to say, this story was just was just not really the greatest. But however, it does have, you know, it had a really decent concept, and it could have been good, but that's not the case. That's not the case with this story. This story, I mean, I like the concept in that, and it seemed interesting, although it was a little cliched, yes, but I really personally thought it was really interesting. But that's not the case with this story. This story just wasn't that good. That's literally what I'm all gonna say. The story could have been, you know, decent, but it wasn't really that great. That's really all I'm gonna really say. I mean, the grammar was alright, but it does need work. I mean, there is, you know, there were run-on sentences in this story that I know there were places that should have been periods, places that should have been commas or whatever, and the story was a little difficult for me to read because of the long run-on sentences. So yeah, to the author of this story, well, I'm definitely gonna say right now, Flower Films, I'm gonna say right now that if you're gonna write a story like this, best to use Google Docs, because it can help you, you know, detect, you know, errors in your story and help fix it. This story has a good concept and it was interesting, but there is a couple problems with this story that needs to be fixed. I mean, the story, I don't really know what it is. There was something about this story that really doesn't really sit well with me, and it just didn't really seem good. I mean, the story could have had a decent concept, but obviously this story just wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but the story could have been better. That's literally all I'm trying to say here, but at the same time, this story could have been decent, but it just wasn't really that great. That's really all I have to really say. But anyways, like I'm always gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say, keep writing and do your best to improve on your writing of your story. You know, work on the sentence structuring and the punctuation when it comes to writing these stories. That's the best advice I can give. I mean, yeah, my grammar may not be good, but I do my best to make it as good as possible. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, the story wasn't terrible, but it does need work. Now, anyways, like I'm always going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 4 out of 10. A 4 because it had a good concept, but it just wasn't good. There were cliches. A couple of them, the grammar was alright, but it needs to be fixed up, and the punctuation marks and the sentence structuring needs to be worked on, because there were parts of the story that was a little difficult for me to read, since, you know, there were parts where there should have been like a comma or period, etc. But that's just simply my own opinion. Anyways, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally help make this story a lot better. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you enjoyed this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section. If you guys want to follow me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section as well, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, as link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. So that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.